I intend to resign.
Yay! That's the part everybody heard, but they didn't hear the rest of the sentence.
As party leader,
Oh.
as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust, nationwide, competitive process.
Well, what is that going to look like? Ladies and gents, welcome back. We have Justin Trudeau, who said he's resigning, or he's intending to resign in the future after the Liberal Party picks a new leader, and he's prorogued Parliament. We've got Justin Trudeau he's still in the top, and now he has no oversight because there's no parliamentary oversight to look after what he's been doing recently. Now we're looking forward to seeing who is going to be the Liberal leader moving forward and who's going to become the interim prime minister of the country until we actually go to an election. Now, CBC News posting this, Liberals will choose a new leader. Who are the possible candidates to replace Trudeau? Now, before we get into this, let's just ask the question, who cares? Who cares who's going to be the leader of the third ranking party in the country? Yeah, that's right. The Liberals are ranking third. They're polling third. They're not even going to be the opposition in Canada. Who cares who's going to be the leader? Why would we put everything on hold to find out who's going to be the leader of the party? It really doesn't matter. We should really just go to an election. That's what we were all hoping for. But nonetheless, here we are. You know, with the fanfare, who's going to be the new leader of the Liberals? Insiders and outsiders have signaled interest in running for the Liberal leadership. Yeah, who cares? But anyway, potential candidates will soon be making public pitches to why they're best positioned to be the leader of the third ranking party. Basically, Jagmeet Singh's job right now. Who's going to be the next Jagmeet Singh? You can just go to Wikipedia to find out. Publicly expressed interest, potential, declined. You know, in the potentials, we have people like, yeah, that's right, former Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland, who might not even win her seat. Now, mind you, only 35 Liberals are projected to even win seats in the next election. She might not be one of them. That's it. And what do we got here? Oh, Mark Gerritsen, our man is not going to be able to sit on the debate stage and show how confident he is against Pierre Poilievre. That's very unfortunate. He has declined the offer. But right at the top of the list, we have Mark Carney, a guy who's not even a sitting MP at the moment, and is, I want to say, a bit of an unsavory character. Now, we all expressed our distaste for the influence from the World Economic Forum with Justin Trudeau. Marty up north saying, you know how people say Trudeau is controlled by the WEF? Well, Carney is the WEF. That's right. Carney is the World Economic Forum. He's right up there with these guys. And he also has some very unsavory friends. Yeah, that's right. This is a picture of Mark Carney with, yeah, you guessed that. That's Ghislaine Maxwell. Who's Ghislaine Maxwell in all these pictures with Mark Carney hanging out with him and his wife? Well, Ghislaine Maxwell is the former girlfriend of that guy. Yeah, that's right. You guessed it. Andrew Haynes putting this out there. Why were Mark Carney and his wife socializing with Ghislaine Maxwell, girlfriend and convicted pimp for Jeffrey Epstein in the UK? What is up with that? Now, in this article, if you scroll down, this photo was taken in August 2013. Maxwell's boyfriend, boss, was already a convicted, can't say that word here, in 2008. So they already knew about this. What were they doing hanging out with the likes of yeah. And by the way, the article, it goes to a link. The article is actually positively writing about Mark Carney and showing all the images of that. So it's not a hit piece. This is really unsavory. Now, Stacey putting this out there, Wikipedia has a list of declared potential Liberal leadership candidates, as I just showed you. One of them is Jean Scheer. That's right, the guy who ran against Pierre Poilievre in the Conservative Party. Double dipping a little bit in that leadership race contention. He was formerly a Huawei executive. Yeah, real savory characters that they have over there. The Conservatives clearly, if you look at the polls during that leadership race, did not want Jean Charest. It was not even a contest in that scenario. Now, moving forward, Global News saying, who do Canadians want as next Liberal leader? Why? What new poll suggests? Well, you got to scroll down and read through the gibberish to get to the poll. At the top of the list is former Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland, whose surprise resignation last month added to the growing calls for him to step down, Justin Trudeau to step down, with 29% having a positive impression of her. Who are you polling for this? You're polling, I guess, Liberals. This is really something else. Again, the leader of what? The second to the opposition. Who cares at the end of the day? We just want to go to an election. We just want to go to an election so we can get to this. Now, in the Liberal contest, there's a lot of concerns. There's a lot of concerns, as was just pointed out in this National Post article. With Trudeau stepping down, here's how a Liberal leadership race will look. It gets into a little bit of the ins and outs and all of that stuff, but it gets into some of the concerns, which, again, you have to scroll way down to find. The Liberal Party bills itself as the most open movement in Canada. Anyone aged 14 and older with a Canadian mailing address, you don't have to be a citizen, anyone who's 14 years and older can register to join for free and, free of charge, and vote in their elections. If you're a Canadian living abroad, you got to be a Canadian. That's an interesting one. It's like if you live abroad, as long as you have a mailing address or you're Canadian somewhere else, you can vote in the Liberal election to choose their party leader. Now, that opens the door to all kinds of issues with foreign interference because, I mean, this ties into the whole story, Han Dong, the story of Senator O, I think it was, who bussed in Chinese foreign nationals to show up and vote in leadership races to bring their guy, the CCP friendly guy. That's really nice. And this is a problem. And of course, when the media consults politicians about foreign interference, they try to hit after the Conservatives, in this case Andrew Scheer, as he was making an announcement of how we shouldn't be proroguing the government. But that was his announcement. We should really be going into an election. Who cares about the Liberal leadership? But they want to ask him this.
On foreign interference and the rules about the race that my colleague was asking about. You say the Prime Minister and his party have not released the names, but your leader has not looked at the report unredacted to see the names, potentially names that concern him, and take action. So now that we are going into an election clearly in the spring, what's your party doing for foreign interference to make sure that there isn't any in your party and in nominations?
Well, we all know why Justin Trudeau wanted to silence our leader. He wanted to put our leader, Pierre Poilievre, in a position where he could know information but do nothing about it. Justin Trudeau is the Prime Minister today. He has the power to release those names. He has the authority. No.
Of nominations, of signing nomination papers. So what's your party doing?
It's very clear. It's very
what's
clear.
Your party doing
you asked
on
a question about the report, so
I'm
I'm trying to answer the question that you actually asked, even though you might not like the answer I'm giving. Justin Trudeau has had years to respond to the threats that have been reported to him through CSIS, through our National Security Agency. He refused to do it. It took brave whistleblowers to raise the alarm, and only then did this Liberal government do anything about it. Well, I'll let party officials answer questions of that nature, but there's no question that had we had an election in the fall, we could be in a position of strength. We could be tackling all these issues. We could have a much stronger economy. We could have a stronger administration with a clear mandate from the Canadian people. Limping along for the next few weeks because Justin Trudeau backed down from a fight, because Justin Trudeau recognized that he had lost the confidence of the House of Parliament, but refused to let the Canadian people decide an election. I mean, that's essentially what he's done. He's essentially, by proroguing and shutting down the Public Accounts Committee, he's effectively moved the inevitable date where he will face a non-confidence vote from the end of January to the end of March. Those are 2 extra months of uncertainty and chaos and misery that Canadians will have to live through, and it's put our country in an incredibly dangerous position when dealing with the United States.
Yeah, that's a big point right there. Is we have an incoming president who's put threats of tariffs, 25% tariffs of all Canadian goods on the country, and this is something that we don't really have time to have the patience to deal with a liberal leadership race when we know when we finally do get an election, they're not even going to be the opposition. We're looking at a conservative government with a Bloc Québécois opposition moving forward. Who cares about the Liberals, and why are we stalling? That's the question of the day. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.